stacked high like mountains on the kitchen floor. You and me, worn down shoes, but our hearts still wanting more. The coffee cups and borrowed time, laughter floating through bare walls. Yeah, we barely had a thing, but we never let it fall. We drove on roads in rusted car seats, torn but dreams intact. Every mile a story told, saying things we never talk back. Cheap motel nights, counting stars, planning futures with no maps, holding tight through all the cracks. Never once thought of turning back. We broke, but we stayed. Never let the silence grow. Hand in hand, heart to heart, through the highs and all the lows. No fancy things or gold to show, just raw truth from deep inside. We broke, but we stayed. Love's the reason we survive. Dinner's often just eggs and toast, but your smile's worth more than gold. Late night talks by candlelight, sharing stories still untold. Neighbors asking how we do it with so little to our name. Guess it's the fire in our souls, keeping alive the flame. When the world says give it up, we just hold on tighter. Nothing's perfect, but we're real beneath this worn out veneer. We broke, but we stayed. Never let the silence grow. Hand in hand, heart to heart, through the highs and all the lows. No fancy things or gold to show, just raw truth from deep inside. We broke, but we stayed. Love's the reason we survive. Maybe some people chase the shine, but we found light in the little things. A smile, a touch, a shared glance, the quiet hope each morning brings. We broke, but we stayed. Never let the silence grow. Hand in hand, heart to heart, through the highs and all the lows. No fancy things or gold to show, just raw truth from deep inside. We broke, but we stayed. Love's the reason we survive. So here we are, not perfect, but alive with every scar. We broke, but we stayed. That's how we made it this far. The clock ticks slow beneath tired eyes. Windows fog the night's soft sighs. Fingers trace the worn out lines of photographs and borrowed times. Humming tunes while the world's away, sipping coffee at the break of day. Old radio play Rusty boots by the doorway lean, tattered jeans and a hopeful dream. Stories crackle like the fire's glow, telling things only we'll know. Every second is stretched and drawn, yet here I am still holding on. Heartbeat steady like a drum, waiting for the morning come. Holding on through the noise and the still. Time may stand, but I'm living still. In these silent hours, truth is found. Where the world fades, I stand my ground. No rush, no race, just breathing slow, watching colors shift and flow. In this pause, I find my way. Through the noise, I'll choose to stay. Holding on through the noise and the still. Time may stand, but I'm living still. In these silent hours, truth is found. Where the world fades, I stand my ground. The clock ticks slow beneath tired eyes, quiet winds as the morning flies. The porch lights fading low, like the warmth we lost last fall. A worn out pair of boots sits silent by the hall. Coffee's cold in the kitchen, just like the words we said. Love was a high price paid, and the cost was overhead. We carved our names in a maple tree, skin rough and hand scarred. Promised every moment mattered, but the moments just got hard. Your old jeans and my worn flannel, tied together like a vow. But bills and broken dreams piled up, and love was what we lost somehow. Took the long way home through fields that used to shine. Now the stars feel distant, like you're no longer mine. What it cost us was more than tears or sleepless nights. It's the silence in the room, the fading morning light. We chased a dream through winding roads that led away somehow. Bitter change in the fall, that's what love cost us now. Remember Saturday mornings by the county fair, your laughter in the cotton candy, like we hadn't a care. The time got heavy, pockets empty, laughs turned thin and loud. Love's ledger filled with all the weight, and the price came crashing down. Driving past the places where our hearts used to play, now there's only distance on those long highways. What it cost us was more than tears or sleepless nights. It's the silence in the room, the fading morning light. We chased a dream through winding roads that led away somehow. Bitter breaks down. Learn to live with the scars when the sun forgets this town. What it cost us was more than tears or sleepless nights. It's the silence in the room, the fading morning light. We chased a dream through winding roads that led away somehow. Bitter change in the fall, that's what love cost us now. The porch lights going dark, like the warmth we lost last fall. A worn out pair of boots still waiting by the hall. Street lights flicker past the diner window pane. Coffee cups and quiet talks just trying to explain. The city hums a restless tune, but here we stand, holding to the quiet, holding to your hand. Cars racing, voices rising, it's all coming in strong. But somewhere in the chaos, you and I belong. A trucker's song on fading radio, a distant train. We're anchored in the moment, weathering the strain. Every word feels louder in the heat of the night, but your eyes pull me closer, turning wrong to right. So we hold tight through the noise tonight, dancing on the edge of fading light. No need for silence to feel alright. When I'm here with you, I'm holding on tight. Neon signs buzz, telling stories I don't know, but your hand in mine says there's no place we can't go. This city's pounding rhythm, a beat that won't quit, but we find peace between the breaks, never calling it quits. Though the world spins faster, drowning out our song, in this loud and restless night, it's here that we belong. So we hold tight through the noise tonight, dancing on the edge of fading light. No need for silence to feel alright. When I'm here with you, I'm holding on tight. The city noise can't steal our time. In the clutter, your heart's the only rhyme. Together steady in the rush and fight, finding calm in your arms through this noisy night. So we hold tight through the noise tonight, dancing on the edge of fading The night we stood beneath that old oak tree, hearts tangled up where they shouldn't be. Your hand slipped from mine like autumn leaves, falling fast but trying to believe. We painted dreams on a withered porch swing, promises wrapped in the songs we'd sing. But summer faded like a worn-out thread, and silence grew where words had bled. It's strange how love can burn so bright, then dim and fade into the night. We held on tight, then had to know sometimes the brave things to let it go. Loving you was the bravest thing I ever did, like riding waves where the shore never hid. If holding on means losing the glow, then walking away was the kindest road. Your eyes told stories I couldn't rewrite, flickered like candles in the soft twilight. We built our castle on shifting sand, knowing someday we'd have to stand. It hurts to smile when hearts break slow, but wisdom whispers when to let go. No regrets in the love we showed, just lessons learned as the seasons flowed. Loving you was the bravest thing I ever did, like chasing dreams that the wind forbid. If holding on means losing the glow, then walking away was the kindest road. Sometimes love means setting free the person you hoped they'd always be, and in that silence there's a truth to know, that courage is sometimes the choice to go. Loving you was the bravest thing I ever did, a story written where hearts once hid. If holding on means losing the glow, then walking away was the kindest road. We stood apart, but the love still shows in quiet moments. The bravest ones know loving you and letting go. Your hand found mine like it needed to be. The stars were loud, but we even louder still. That night we stayed when hope refused to chill. The fireflies danced in the cotton fields near. Our tired hearts pushed aside every fear. You said, let's hold on, though the road's not clear. In your eyes, the dawn was drawing near. That night we stayed when all the world told us to run. Hearts shouting louder than the setting sun. No curtain call, no final bow to take. Just two souls clinging to the chance they'd make. The wind carried songs from a distant train. Old memories knocking sweet, not in vain. We laughed at the storms and the pouring rain, knowing hope's loud voice would break the chains. Every mile we've crossed, every tear we've cried, led us here, standing side by side. That night we stayed when all the world told us to run. Hearts shouting louder than the setting sun. No curtain call, no final bow to take. Just two souls clinging to the chance they'd make. In the hush of night, truth became loud and clear. Hope wasn't silent, it was ringing in our ears. We found our strength in the warmth of our own skin, knowing sometimes the fight is where you begin. That night we stayed when all the world told us to run. Hearts shouting louder than the setting sun. No curtain call, no final bow to take. Just two souls clinging to the chance they'd make. So here's to the nights when hope bleeds through the cracks, when the silence breaks and the courage lasts. We stayed that night with a stubborn light, because hope refused to be quite right. Late night kitchen light flickers, coffee's gone cold in the cup, bills spread across the table. We laugh but we're both fed up. Empty wallet stories, but stacks of memories instead. Old bruises on the front porch from days we barely said. How we fell through the cracks of promises we'd made. Still we pull the pieces, even when the colors fade. Nobody said it was easy, no fairy tales in our hands. Just two worn out souls learning how to stand. We broke but we stayed, like warm boots on gravel roads. silence, like sunlight after the rain. We don't have forever, but we're here in this frame, tied not by promise, but by the choice to remain. No scripts or rehearsals for the parts that we play, just two hearts figuring out how to stay. We broke but we stayed, like worn boots on gravel roads, still finding our pace in the cracks and the steady loads. No gold in the pocket, but riches in what we gave. We're learning how to stay, not just how to be brave. Maybe someday the roads will smooth, the fights will cease, but until then we hold on tight to what our hands can keep. Sometimes love's not perfect, but it's honest and it's ours, learning to stand in the wreckage and find the stars. We broke but we stayed, like worn boots on gravel roads, still finding our pace in the cracks and the steady loads. No gold in the pocket, but riches in what we gave. We're learning how to stay, not just how to be brave. Late night kitchen light flickers, and somehow that's enough. We're broken but together, learning the art of tough. The sun dipped low behind those rolling hills. We found ourselves on that old dirt road, hands intertwined like a promise made, to stand still where love unfolds. The summer breeze played through the cottonwoods. Your laugh was brighter than the fireflies. We talked of dreams beneath those endless stars. No need to run when here feels right. Every step led us closer still, like the river carving through the land. Our story is written on the fields we bear. It was the night we stayed when we chose each other. No looking back on roads we might have crossed. In your eyes I saw forever discover. Two hearts won't wander no matter the cost. So here's to the night that sealed our fate, where love stood firm and time could wait. The porch light flickers down the lane. Old photos spread across the floor again. A quiet house with no more games, just the weight of words we can't explain. We danced through summers wild and free, in fields where only we could see. But time doesn't wait for two, it pulls like rivers split in blue. You talked of forever like it was a place I held on tight, but felt the space between a farewell and a vow unspoken, lie the moments left unbroken. We saved the pages, tattered and worn, of laughter and tears beneath the storm, caught between goodbye and forever's call. What we saved means it wasn't all. Your worn out jacket on the chair still smells like times we used to share. The silence fills the evening air, a story paused unfinished there. I reach for memories clear and bright, but they fade in the fading light, caught between who we are and were, in every word we didn't say for her. We saved the pages, tattered and worn, of laughter and tears beneath the storm, caught between goodbye and forever's call. What we saved means it wasn't all. No regrets in the looks we gave, just different roads we had to pave. Underneath the southern skies, our story lives in whispered sighs. We save the pages, tattered and worn, of laughter and tears beneath the storm, caught between goodbye and forever's call. What we saved means it wasn't all. The porch light dims, the night moves on, but what we saved still holds us strong. Porch light flickers, raindrums on the tin roof. 2 cups half full, silence says what words can't do. We had a thundercloud hanging over 2 tired souls. Words sharp as hailstones, breaking fragile glass bowls. Your hands in mine, but 10 miles apart it seemed. Battered the old boat, but we held on to the seams. Storms don't just fade, they leave the ground soaked and bare. But here we are, breathing the same unsettled air. We broke like branches under heavy rain, cracked the frame, but we stayed through the pain. Standing shaky on the porch as the skies clear, learning love's not perfect, but it's still here. Remember the night when the wind tore the roof apart. Every splinter told stories caught between broken hearts. We patched it together with words hard to find, rewrote the script, left the old script behind. Pain's a long guess, who doesn't know when to leave, yet we found moments that made us believe. We broke like branches under heavy rain, cracked the frame, but we stayed through the pain. Standing shaky on the porch as the skies clear, learning love's not perfect, but it's still here. And when the morning sun warmed the soaked earth around, we found footing on this shaky ground. No promises of calm, just the will to stay. Hand in hand, come whatever may. We broke like branches under heavy rain, cracked the frame, but we stayed through the pain. Standing shaky on the porch as the skies clear, learning love's not perfect, but it's still here. And rain's gone quiet, but our story's loud and clear. We broke, but we stayed, still holding each other near. The sky's been gray, but here we stand, dusty boots and trembling hands. The porch light flickers in a heavy rain. Your hand in mine, we face the pain. Cracked windows, broken glass, but somehow hearts hold fast. We've been through fires that tore us apart. Still I'm drawn to the beat of your heart. After the rain, I find you there like a worn-out song, played with care. Storms may come, winds may blow, but after it all, I still choose you to hold. Mud on the boots, tears on the cheek. Sometimes it's silence that speaks. Old dirt roads and faded signs, you're the truth beneath the lies. Through the battles and the bruises deep, it's your hand that I still keep. After the rain, I find you there like a worn-out song, played with care. Storms may come, winds may blow, but after it all, I still choose you to hold. We're knotted roots and shifting ground, a quiet strength that can't be unbound. No grand words, no shining light, just you and me making it right. After the rain, I find you there like a worn-out song, played with care. Storms may come, winds may blow, but after it all, I still choose you to hold. The sky clears up, but here we remain, still choosing you again and again. The summer sun was high and bright. We ran with laughter in the fields that day. Barefoot races, dirt on skin, hearts so full we thought they'd stay. Jimmy's eyes held the skies wide blue, but there was fire burning just beneath. We swore we'd never say goodbye, even as the seasons change their wreath. But love, it stayed when others went, rooted deep like an old oak tree. No fading lines, no sweet regrets. It was the song inside of me. Still here when the years fade, like the river keeps the rain. Love that settled in the corners, never left, it stayed the same. When the world moved on from summer and our youth had turned to dust, you were the steady through the changes, the something true I'd always trust. Schoolyard days turned into nights, dreams grew taller, chasing new sights. But through every wild, reckless turn, I that never disappear. The sky's bleeding red like a warning sign in July. Dust settles on the cracked street where we used to lie. Oh, pick up some distant songs through the heat wave air, and there's a tension hanging heavy, something not quite fair. Mama says, hold on tight, boy, this storm won't last forever. But the radio's playing tales we wish we'd never remember. Flames are dancing in the distance, swallowing our quiet town. Still we find each other's hands before everything burns down. When the world's a flaming breaking, when the night feels too long, there's a spark between us fighting, keeping us strong. Caught in the fire, but still I'm holding you near. Love's the only thing that outlasts all the fear. Amid collapsing skies and the weight of all this pain, where the calm in the chaos, the shelter in the rain. Cracked window frames and empty lots where kids used to play. We walk between the ruins, tracing hope in shades of gray. Neighbors turning strangers, but you still call my name. In the heat of breaking point, love's the only flame. When the night threatens silence and roads begin to part, I find my way back to the steady beat of your heart. Caught in the fire, but still I'm holding you near. Love's the only thing that outlasts all the fear. Amid collapsing skies and the weight of all this pain, where the calm in the chaos, the shelter in the rain. Maybe this world's burning down, but here you are and I'm not alone. We'll rise from ashes, hands entwined, find our place, build a home. Caught in the fire, but still I'm holding you near. Love's the only thing that outlasts all the fear. Amid collapsing skies and the weight of all this pain, where the calm in the chaos, the shelter in the rain. The flames can roar, the winds can scream, but love's the strongest thing we've seen. The night is calm, the porch light glows, empty chairs where laughter used to flow, holding on to every little sign that maybe we can find our way back in time. We've been through fires no one else could see, words like thunder rolling endlessly. But here we sit, just you and me, fighting quiet battles, slow and free. It's in the silence that we try again, picking up the pieces we let slip then. No loud goodbyes, no frantic screams, just steady hands and fragile dreams. When the storm settles down in this worn out room, we find a way through the cracks and the gloom. No need for fireworks or grand displays, just fighting for us again in small ways. I see the tired lines on your face, memories burn, but this place has stories worth the fight to save. Two hearts learning how to be brave. It's in the moments where we don't speak loud, where love's a promise we make unbound. No rush, no race to the end, just quiet strength to bend and mend. When the storm settles down in this worn out room, we find a way through the cracks and the gloom. No need for fireworks or grand displays, just fighting for us again in small ways. We don't need a hero's call, just soft steps down the hall. Every look and every sigh says we're still worth a try. When the storm settles down in this worn out room, we find a way through the cracks and the gloom. No need for fireworks or grand displays, just fighting for us again in small ways. The night is calm, but hearts awake. We fight again for love's own sake. It's been nights I spent awake, counting all my own mistakes. The clock keeps turning slow, but my mind can't let you go. The porch light's on just like you said, though you're nowhere here in bed. Coffee cools untouched alone, the house feels colder than a stone. just restores. No matter how hard I push and shove, it's a battle with my stubborn love. Why does love refuse to leave? Like a song that won't relieve. Hurts so much, yet it stays in the corners of my days. Stubborn heartbeat won't be free. Tied up tight, it's haunting me. So here I stand, and here I'll be, with a stubborn heartbeat holding on to what won't set me free. Sunlight spills across the kitchen floor. Coffee's brewing like it did before. You laugh about some story from our past, and I'm caught in how these moments last. We picked a road that's winding, not always straight. Shared dreams in a small town's open gate. Your hand still finds mine in the morning haze, and I'm choosing you in so many little ways. When the world feels heavy, when silence grows loud, I lean in closer, stand tall, not bow. 'Cause every time we said our vows in truth, I'm still choosing you through the mess and smooth. No matter the storms or clear skies above, you're still the one that I'm falling for, my love. Remember nights watching stars from the porch swing. Your smile lit up everything. We build our life in this simple tune, and I find new reasons to choose you soon. From worn out boots to the rings we wear, I'm holding on to this love we share. 'Cause every time we said our vows in truth, I'm still choosing you through the mess and smooth. No matter the storms or clear skies above, you're still the one that I'm falling for, my love. It's not just a day we promise forever. It's every sunrise, every endeavor, choosing you again beyond just words. In silent moments, hope's clearly heard. 'Cause every time we said our vows in truth, I'm still choosing you through the mess and smooth. No matter the storms or clear skies above, There's a quiet in the kitchen where laughter used to live. Coffee cup still sitting, morning light won't forgive. We took what we could carry from the wreckage and the rain. Photographs in dusty frames, smiles tangled up in pain. Your old blue jacket hangs where you left it last night. I trace the worn out cuffs and try to hold on tight. All the words we never said are still ringing in my head like distant trains rolling on tracks we can't forget. But what we saved, it's fragile, like glass beneath our hands. Broken pieces of a story only we could understand. We're walking past the ruins, trying not to look behind, searching for the pieces of us left behind. Old dirt roads and summer nights, where did those moments go? I keep replaying every step through fields we used to know. The fires burn down to embers, but the ashes still remain. I'm gathering what's left of love, like it's falling like the rain. Words caught like autumn leaves, falling slow out of reach. In the silence, there's a lesson only time can teach. But what we saved, it's fragile, like glass beneath our hands. Broken pieces of a story only we could understand. We're walking past the ruins, trying not to look behind, searching for the pieces of us left behind. It's not about the perfect tale or all the dreams we lost. It's finding grace in the cracks, no matter what it costs. Though the road is worn and weary and our footprints start to fade, I hold tight to what remains, the love that didn't break. What we saved, it's fragile, like glass beneath our hands. Broken pieces of a story only we could understand. We're walking past the ruins, trying not to look behind, searching for the pieces of us left behind. In quiet rooms and empty halls, your memory still shines. I'm holding on to all the pieces of us left behind. Sunrise paints the sky a dusty gold. Coffee brews, the morning stories told. Your hand finds mine by the old back fence. No need for words, just our presence. We've been through storms that tore the ground, past the twisted, nowhere bound. But here beneath this sprawling sky, our hearts line up, they don't deny. Holding tight when the wind picks up, these roots sink deeper with every touch. No wall can stand summer rain washing over me, easing every pain. Even when silence stretches too long, our story plays on, our favorite song. With every doubt that tries to creep, you're the promise I'm determined to keep. No falling stars, no turning back, just this honest love on our track. Unbreakable lines drawn in the dirt, through the fire and rain, through the hurt. Side by side we walk, we stand, two hearts steady in this promised collide and days get long, you and I were right where we belong. No storm too wild, no night too cold. Together, a story forever told. Hearts never divide. I found an old photograph between the pages of a worn-out book. Lines of smiles frozen in a frame. We never really took a second look. The sun was high above that summer sky, painting gold across your skin. Back when we thought forever was a line we couldn't thin. We used to drive down those gravel roads, windows down, chasing June. Your laugh was wild, the kind that makes the whole world hum a tune. But seasons change just like the wind, and so did you and me. Left me holding on to moments that refused to set me free. I tried to catch a hold of time, but fingers slip through tight. Memories flicker like a candle, struggling with the night. So let's light a fire with the pieces we still own, burn away the paper traces of where the cold winds have blown. I'm chasing down the flicker of yesterday's bright flame, holding on to stories where I still hear your name. Your old denim jacket hanging in the corner, smelling faint of rain. We danced under those roadside stars, pretending we could break the chain. Now it's just me in this empty room, holding on to a faded grin, like a song that started playing but you never heard it begin. I reach into the silence where your voice used to play. Faces change, but in my heart you never walked away. So let's light a fire with the pieces we still own. Burn away the paper traces where the cold winds have blown. I'm chasing down the flicker of yesterday's bright flame, holding on to stories where I still hear your name. Maybe one day the roads will cross and heal the old goodbye. Till then I'll keep this flame alive, a spark beneath the sky. So let's light a fire with the pieces we still own. Burn away the paper traces where the cold winds have blown. I'm chasing down the flicker of yesterday's bright flame, holding on to stories where I still hear your name. Flicker of yesterday, don't ever fade away. You're the quiet song I keep at the close of every day. The highway burns beneath the fading light. 2 cups sit cold on the dashboard tonight. You watch the miles while silence fills the air. No words come easy, but pain's laid bare. Remember nights on this same road back home, laughing about the plans we'd never outgrow. Now the radio plays a song we don't know. Your eyes reveal the truth you won't show. Every glance, a story left untold. Every mile, a chapter closing cold. Between the lines, the space is wide, and we're just drifting side by side. When hearts don't quit with a final goodbye, they break in silence, no reasons why. We're walking roads where words won't lie, but still we're strangers passing by. Your hands on the wheel don't hold like before. The warmth is gone, but the ache's still sore. Pictures in frames, but not on the floor. Quiet battles left unspoken, or every look's a locked, unopened door, holding tight to what we had before. This fading light, it won't decide. saw, but never won. Unspoken roads we travel slow, where love once walked but won't let go.